Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Okay, I think that's it. All right. All right, all right, all right. I think we are ready to go. Uh-oh. Glasses. Gonna need some glasses so I can see what's going on. All right. That being said, let's see who's in the house. Who's in the house? All right, who do we have? We have Mike. We have Jack. Evening, Jack. John Ward, how you doing? Good evening. Ooh, RBLX, if you can. Let's check that one out. We're going to check that out as soon as we say hi to everybody. RBLX. RBLX. There it is, there it is, there it is. And we're going to go there, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And we're going to sit, chill for a second so I can say hi to everybody. Okay, Jack, hold, sit tight. Ryan, we'll take a look at Coles in a minute, okay? Nice to see you there, Ryan. Jack, we talked about CLS last night. Any thoughts? Okay, we'll take a look at that in a second. All right, uno momento, por favor. Okay, uno momento, por favor. All right, give me a second. Who do we have over here? Over here, we have 416 Santos, Chuck. What is it? Shoppiness? Shoppiness. Nice to see you. Chuck, Dan, Kaz, retiree. King Louie. Oh, I love King Louie. Hanger, Kaz. Kaz wants to take a look at IBM and Lockheed Martin. We're going to take a look at those in a minute. Joe Schmo's here. Right Man's here. Julio. What's happening, Julio? Mr. Sprinkle. What's going on? Mr. Dan. All right. How you doing today? Sweet Den. Good evening. Jimmy. Tippo. Real? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Louis the Closer. Talk. Steven. Gabrielle. Jenny. Vad and Duff and Bam Bam. Oh, John Didier. Please adjust the camera. Yeah, I got to adjust that camera every night. Yep. Don't know why. Not now. I will do that later. Hanger, Kaz, we'll do that. We'll do that. Not that, we'll do that. Truck, Steve, Duff, good evening. Jason, Sibburn, Francis, Kenny. Who likes? He who likes. Oh, yeah, you push them all together. It just doesn't make any sense. Okay. Usama, okay. Good evening, Andy. Big Zad, Bikal, Andy, good evening, Andy. Mike Hitar, okay. Are profitable traders really few? I honestly don't know. I don't know really very many traders, but everyone that I know is doing good. Who do we have over here? Over here we have Niji, Jobo, Steve, Tim, Chase Watts, Ariel, Mike, Cayman, Peterson, Greg, Kasim, Nick, Kikar, Johnny, Matt, Ernie, Photo and Pixel. Okay. Bubba, Bill, Anik, and Bill. Okay, good. Iman. Good evening, Iman. How you doing? Passion, how you doing? All right. That being said, I think we said hi to everybody. So let's get the ball rolling and see who has what to say tonight. So first on the list, as always, let me get through some of the disclaimers first and foremost. Number one, I'm not a professional anything. Nothing. I'm a professional pain in the butt. That's what my mother says. Okay? I don't have any license other than license to drive you crazy and license to drive a car. That's it. So I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an advisor of any way, shape, or form whatsoever. I'm just some guy who found something for his 9-year-old daughter to just work so damn good. It's just nothing else I do. This is it. My 9-year-old daughter back in 2008 said, Daddy, can you teach me? So I had to dig deep to find a strategy that was right for a 9-year-old. It had to be simple. She's only 9. Safe. She's only 9. Predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. Okay? Simple. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way for her to lose. So along with that, we come up with 5 simple rules. You don't really need to write them down because they're actually really, really that simple. Okay, number 1, never buy anything you do not want to hold on to long term or you do not understand. If you don't understand who the company is, what they do, and all the little details about the company, you shouldn't be buying it. Plain and simple. If you don't understand the company, if you don't want to hold it long term, regardless if it goes up, down, sideways, whatever, never buy anything you do not want to hold on to long term. Okay? Remember that love, honor, obey till death do you part? Yeah, think it the same way about your stocks. Sorry, is what it is. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the game. Rule 3, make sure the company's consistently profitable. Like, really? Why would you put money into something that's not profitable? Rule 4, weekly options only. And then rule 5, make sure all the numbers are working in your favor. All right? That being said, let's get the ball rolling. First on the list today is going to be RBLX. Roblox. Okay, well, let's take a good gander. Look at a good gander at it. You ready? Here we go. Now, anytime I look at a chart, I always want to see the 1-year chart first. Give me a second. Oh, I love that foot pad. It's just not big enough. I got a small foot pad. I'm going to move it around a lot. Okay, so RBLOX. Now, this is not something that's on my list because I really don't know a lot about the company, but somebody wanted to look at it, and that's what we're here for. You give me a stock to look at it, I will look at it, and I'll give you my opinion based on what I'm looking for. Now, remember, what I'm looking for may be different than what you're looking for. I'm looking for 1% simply, safely, and predictably every single week. Yes, I know it's over 50% a year, and don't tell me nobody gets 50% a year, because I heard it many, many times. But I'm not getting 50% a year. I'm getting 1% every week. Depends on how you look at it. Context and perception. All right. Let's do this. You ready? Always want to look at the 1-year chart. I'm looking for 5 things, and it take me 2 to 4 seconds to see all 5. Are you ready? High. 1. 2. Low. 3. Where was it a year ago? 4. Where is it right now? And 5. What is the motion? Where is the money flowing? Where's the flow? Where's the money going? Up. Here's the high. Down. Back up. Back down. Here's the bottom. Now she's bouncing off the bottom right there. So that looks good because it's not at the bottom. It's bouncing off the bottom, which is what I want to do. And here's another thing. You cannot get any lower than the low of the year, and that is right here, right now, right happening. Okay, so wait a minute, we got some visitors down here. Okay, Jack, we talked about that. Yep. All right, so let's keep on keeping on. Now, do you remember rule 5? Make sure all the numbers work. Is this going to give me my 1%? Let's find out. $37.94 is the current price, which means the closest strike price would be the 38, and the 38 is paying $125 per share. Now, $125 per share on a $38 stock, well, that's more than, it's close to 3%. Let's find out. Okay, are you ready? All right, we want to zoom into this first and see if it's the right time to buy. Last 30 days, there we go. All right, top, bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look at this, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, not this week, sorry, but it is going to be available next week if this turns around and starts going back up, because this gap right there is going to fill. Gaps have a tendency to fill. It is what it is. Here's the bottom of the year right there. This is where we want to take a look because you cannot get any lower than the low of the year. Now, if you like RBLX, okay, if you like it, all right? So, no. First no of the evening. Yay. Sorry, Jack. Sorry. Look at CLS, because you said something about CLS last night. CLS. Well, no, that looks better than the other one. Okay, right there. Your eyes should automatically see the 5 things. high, low is the motion, and now where is it now? So the 5 things I'm seeing: the high, the low, where was it a year ago? 4, where is it now? And 5, what is the flow? What's the cash flowing? Up, down, up. Okay, that's easy to see. All right. Next, what do the numbers look like? Am I getting my 1%? Well, current price, $347.63. Okay, the closest one, the $347.50 right there. That's a fat little premium. Let's take a look at this one. Let's zoom into it. Okay, the last 90 days or the last 3 months. First thing, anytime I look at a chart, it's always the same 5. High, low, was, is. Where's the flow? Yeah, you can clearly see that there. Okay, up, down, up. Well, that's what I'm looking for. That, and that. So let's do this one. Okay. Last 30 days, right there. Slide this over to right there. And let's do one covered call right here, right now. Okay, covered call. There we go. And we want the 347.50. There it is right there. One contract. Here it is. Let's save this one. Right there. Take a little snip. This is the first one of the evening. There it is. And there we go. So let's save this. And we will do it. 8/13/2026, number 1. Number 1 for the evening. Here we go. All right, so let's check this one out. Wait a minute. Right there, calculator. Right there, perfect. Whoops. Right there. All right, let's do this. You ready? Here we go. 1 covered call, CLS. 21 August 26. That's next Friday. That means this option contract is going to be null and void 3:59 p.m. next Friday. So we get a whole week and 1 day. A week and a day. 347.50. We're currently at 354. That doesn't make sense. Oh, anyway, 965 is the profit. 33,000 is the investment. What's a $300 stock? It's going to be a little pricey. We'll take a look at Mace. We'll take a look at Hormel in a minute. All right, so to find out my rate of return, I take my profit, in this case, 965 for one contract, divided by the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees. All right, what is that? 33,785. It gives me a grand total of 2.8% for 1 week. So let's see how good you are with your math. Are you ready? If 1% every week is 52% a year, not simple interest, not compounded, simple interest, 1% every week, 52% a year. So what do you think 2.8% is going to be? Maybe. All right. Tell me, who do you love? Oh, baby, who do you love? And number 1 for the evening. Yay, CLS. That was a nice pick. All right. What are we doing? All right, we're getting rid of this. Getting rid of that. And going back to that.
Hey, James.
Yes?
That's CLS. Did you do this week or did you do next week?
Next week.
On mine, it's just showing wrong. I'm showing the 347s next week at 2065.
The 347.50s?
Yeah, at the last is showing 2065.
2060.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because the bid's 12, the ask is 16, but it's showing the last there at 2065. Just kind of curious how that ended up like that.
That's a good question.
Thanks.
Well, what I'm looking at is the 12. So I got to go.
I see that. And then when I went over for the last, I'm like, man, why is the last at 2065?
The last.
See, if you go all the way over, it'll show the last. I think the last price on it there is the 2065.
Yeah, well, but where are you seeing that number? All right, well, hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, here's Think or Swim. Let's get this. Let's get this out of the way.
Sure.
All right, where am I? What am I looking at?
So I'm looking at. I've got what you have, and I'm showing 4 strikes. You go down to August 21st, and you go over. The first ask is 1610. Bid is 12. If you keep going over, mine always shows the last, which is the last price it's on.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing where you're finding it.
It's like the 4th column over. It's
There, wait a second, wait. Yeah, all right. See, what do you have your setting here? What's your setting set at?
It's probably single. What is that supposed to be?
No, it says volume, open interest. I have it set.
I'm showing last
All right,
and net.
all right. Yep, there it is right there. Okay, I get it. I got it right there. 2065. I see it. Okay, yeah, I'm not going by that number. That's the last number. I'm looking at the bid and the ask.
Okay. I just noticed the big discrepancy. I was like, I wonder what causes that. So.
Well, it was traded on I. Where the hell is I? Because each one of those letters represent what trading station it was, whether it was in New York, Boston, Philadelphia, Dallas, So the I have no idea what the I is for. P, I'm pretty sure it's for Philadelphia. J, I'm not sure of. M, X could be Texas for all I know.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I just saw that and I was like, man, that's crazy. I've never really saw that discrepancy before, so it must just be a different setting. So.
Also, it could be after hour numbers. Could be, I don't know. But I'm looking at the bid and the ask because that's what I'm usually getting filled at. That make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but see, I had my settings on volume and open interest.
Change that right now.
Well, you can look at anything you want. I like volume and yeah, but see,
Easier to stay with what you're doing.
thank you. But with volume and open interest, it tells me how many people are actually buying the contracts or selling the contracts. 1,400 for next week so far.
Okay.
And that's the 350. All right. Anyway, let's get back to where it was. I forget what I was doing. Oh, that's what I was doing. It's getting old stuff for the birds. Because I forget what I was doing. All right, there we go. There it is, CLS. All right. One covered call, CLS, 21 August. That's next Friday. The 347.50 call option. 965 is the profit. 33,000 is the investment for a 2.8% return for 1 week. $2.8 for 1 week if you like CLS. Next. What do we have next? Next. All right. Ryan wants to take a look at Kohl's. Ways go, Mr. Ryan. Kohl's. I love Kohl's. It kept giving me money over and over and over. And ooh, now it looks like it might be ready to go again. Because I wasn't buying it as it's doing this. I tried to get in and it's just not giving me the numbers I'm looking for. But let's take a look at it now. Okay? The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up. That's easy to see. Well, let's see what's going on. Wait a minute. 1962, the 1950s are going for 60 cents. That's over 3%. if you like Kohl's. All right, so let's take a look. I want to zoom into that, see what that's doing. All right, here's your last 30 days. 30-day bottom, 30-day top. Shoots up, pulls back. Here's your uptrend right there. The 1950. Let's do this one. This one looks good. Are we ready? Are you ready? It's 2.8% today. It will be less on Monday. More than likely it will. But you got to remember, I'm just showing you the math and how to do the math. Okay, what the equation looks like. If I'm buying this, selling that, this is my profit, this is my investment, what is my rate of return, and more importantly, what is the time frame for that rate of return? So movement and repose, whatever that is, if you think 2.8% is a decent return for whatever company that was, the CLS, you have to figure out if that makes sense to you and if that's something you want to invest in. That's not something that I can decide for you. I'm just looking at what you guys are asking me to look at. So Kohl's, let's do this one. 1950, there it is. Okay, covered call. 1950, there it is. There it is. Bring it down to here. I need me a snippet. Number 2 for the evening. There it is. Okay. All right, let's save this one. 8/13/2026, number 2. Here we go. Save that. Bring this back up to there. Calculator. Let's calculate and see what rate of return this one is. Okay. One covered call, Kohl's, KSS. 21 August 26. That's next Friday. The 1950 call option. We're at 1962 at the moment. Selling it for, again, buying it, selling it for less, walking away with the profit. What is the profit? Well, let's take a look. Calculator, $60 is the profit. Remember, max profit, $60. Well, the investment, cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, $18.90. So what's the rate of return there? Divide $18.90 gives me a grand total of 3.1. 3.1 for 1 week. So, okay, 3.1, yeah. If you like Kohl's. That takes a little bit too long to do that damn thing. All right, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Go back to that right there. And let's take a look at Kohl's. KSS. Kohl's. And there you have it right there. Kohl's. What covered call? KSS. That's Kohl's. 1950 call option. 21 August, I missed that part. 21 August, that's next week. The 1950 call option. $60 is the profit. $18.90 is the investment for 3.1% for 1 week. If you like Kohl's. Isn't that weird? If you like Kohl's. Who do we have here? I'm ever blessed. Well, I'm ever blessed. How are you today? Nice to see you. All right. Mace wants to take a look at Hormel. All right, wait a second. This one was 3.1, right? 3.1. 3.1. Ah, damn it. I forgot to move it. Oh, well. All right, that being said, what do we want to look at next? Mace wants to take a look at Hormel. Now, Hormel, I really don't do it anymore, and the main reason I don't do Hormel anymore is the premiums really aren't that great. Okay, the stock's at $24.40. 24.50s are paying 5 cents. Sorry, the number just doesn't work good for Hormel. Sorry, dude. All right. What do we have here? Oh, my purchase return is a credit. Oh, what a bummer. All right, what are we looking at? All right. Niculator, how you doing? Dimon, good evening. What platform is the one on the screen? Amen. This platform here is called Think or Swim, and it's offered through Charles Schwab. Kaz wants to take a look at IBM. IBM. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's take a quick gander. You ready? Top, bottom, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up. Okay, that's easy to see. Look at that big gap right there. That is huge. 237. She's going up. The 237's going for 440. Well, not quite 2%, but it is over 1.7%, I believe. That's just off the top of my head. Let's see if I'm right. But before that, what's going on right there? Let's zoom into the last 30 days. Okay, so I'm going to say no to this one. We started off at 220, dropped to 200, shot up to 240. So from 200 to 240 is 20%. And it's at the 30-day high. So a 20% jump. Now, that's profit taken written all over it. I'm not jumping into that one. No, thank you. Now, don't get me wrong, Kaz. I do like IBM. I actually have some. But the numbers just don't look right today. Okay, take a look. Okay? 1, 2, 3. 3 weeks ago, we're at 200. So we jumped up 20% in 3 weeks. Sorry, it's not something I want to do. But we will take a look at Lockheed Martin, LMT. LMT. No, I don't buy at the high. Look, it's not the high of the year, but it's the high of the 30-day period. And let's zoom into that for a second. All right. 490, 610. That's $130. No, 120 bucks. $120 on a 490. Just a little bit less than 25% in 1, 2, 3 weeks. 3 weeks, 25%. Yeah, no, thank you. Sorry. Jake wants to look at AT&T. I don't know what's going on right there. Same thing, though. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up. See, it's definitely bouncing off the bottom of the year. Nice. But from 20 to 25 is a 25% increase from here to here. Isn't it time for profit taking? Think about it. If you bought something and it jumped up 25%, would you still hold it or would you take the money and run? Well, who was that? Steve Miller? Was that Steve Miller or was that, what's the other one? Not Jackson Brown. Go on, take the money and run. Casey, no, not Casey and the Sunshine Band. What the hell what am I thinking of? All right, AT&T. Mark Craggy, what's going on, Mark? RG. Nice. Can you show Cintas? That's CTS. CTAS. Cintas. No. All right, look. Here's your bottom. Shot up. Now she's coming back down. Sorry. I appreciate the input, but it's going to be a no. All right, what do we have here? Mikhail. Good afternoon, Mikhail. Tommy. NBIS long term. NBIS. Long term, you say. Well, I'm going to say no for this week. Who came up with that one? Tommy. I'm saying no for this week. But Tommy, when you say long term, You mean 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? What, in your humble opinion, what's long-term for you? Long-term for me is 30 days. 1 month, 30 days. That's long-term for me. I'm already retired. Jake, Ryan, 1% on the whole portfolio per week. Yes, Ryan, I'm going to say it slowly. Are you ready? Ryan, 1% of my portfolio. So if my portfolio has $50,000 in it, I want $500 a week. Okay, $50,000, 1% is $500. If I have a $100,000 account, 1% every week is $1,000 a week. See where I'm going? Okay, 1% is 1%. What am I going to do with my money otherwise? Leave it into cash and have it depreciate 2, 3, 4% every single year? Hell no. I would rather put my money into a company that is successfully profitable year after year after year after year. Because even though the value of my cash goes down every single year due to inflation and the freaking government doing whatever they want, I want to put my money someplace that grows consistently. Okay? Now, in the stock market, we have 11,500 I think it was 29 different companies we can take a look at. The number changes every week. We'll check again on Sunday. But as of this week, 11,529, I believe. Okay, somewhere in that area. So out of all those companies, only about 350 of them have successfully been profitable, making more money year after year after year after year than all the other ones. Because you got to look at it this way. Hold on. All right. Out of all those 11,529 stocks, half of them don't even pay dividends. They're what is called a growth stock. That means they take all the profits, put it back into the company for growth, so it grows. Okay? That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for cash flow. Okay? Okay. All right, so next. All right, Laurie. Thank you there, Laurie. Nice to see you. All right, we did that. All right, so we'll cut up on there. Over here, NBiz long-term. So I'm going to say no to NBiz, Tommy, and the reason I'm saying no to NBiz, check this out right here. All right? Whoops. All right. Here's the bottom at 150. She shoots up, pulls back, 180. Now from 180 to 280, that's $100. 180 to 280 is $100, and that's over a 50% increase from here, from last week. Now, do I honestly think if I jump in, it's going to keep going up? No, I don't. No, if it's over 10%, I don't want to jump in. There's 11,000 other companies to look at. Why would I stuck after a 50% increase? Yeah, no, thank you. Sorry. Next. Jake, VWAP. What the hell is that? VWAP. Volkswagen, something. Cannot find that symbol. Sorry, Jack. Can't find that symbol. VWAP. Yeah, it's not in there, dude. Soria, how you doing? All right. Service, good evening. TV, LCD, LED. Okay, whatever. Good evening. How do you choose the strike price? Movement and repose. All right, let's find a good stock. Macy's. No, wait a minute. Macy's? Ford? Yeah, Ford. Let's take a look at Ford. Movement and repose. Okay, movement and repose. Here's our last 30 days or so. Okay, last 30 days for Ford. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up. Okay, so up, down. The bottom's right there. Now she's going back up. 1389. The 14s are going for 17, which is more than 1%. The 1350s are going for 47. Now, that one's not going to work. The 14s will. How do I figure out the strike price? Okay. If I'm buying the stock at 1389, the closest strike price to 1389 is going to be the 1350 or the 14. So if you look at the math, do some quick math in your head, The 1350s, well, I'm losing 41 cents. You take 41 cents off there. It's not enough money, so that's going to be a no. But the 14s, I'm picking up 17 cents, and that's more than 1%. That's how I pick it. 13.89, the closest strike price, 13.50 or 14. The 13.50 is not enough money, so no to that one, so I'm going to pick the 14 because the numbers work. Remember, rule number 5, make sure all the numbers work. Rule 5. Rule 5, make sure all the numbers work in your favor. If I'm buying this, selling that, collecting this, that's more than 1% of the purchase price. That works for me. Okay, so let's do Ford. Because it's right here. Might as well. All right, Ford. Covered call. 14. There it is. Confirm and send. Bring this down to there. Give me a little snippet. And there you have it. Okay, let's save that one. Okay, it's 8/13/2026, number 3. Love it. Get that out of the way. Put that back up to there. Calculator, if you will. Let's check out the numbers. All right. One covered call of Ford. F. Fun. Fine. Okay, whatever. 21 August is when the option expires. That's next Friday. The 14 call option, we're at 14.89. So I'm going to buy it 14.89, sell it at 14, walk away with $28. Now, I know what you're going to say. $28, all this work for $28. It's not the $28 I'm concerned about. Okay? And you're right, $28 is not a lot of money. But here's the thing. $28 as the profit of what is my investment. So $28 is the profit. Well, big deal. It's not a lot. So what is the rate of return? So let's figure this one out. You ready? $28 is the profit. There it is right there. So if 28 is the profit, cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, $13.72. $13.72. You do know that that crappy little 28%, $28 per contract, constitutes a 2% return for 1 week. Now, my goal is 1%. This, on Ford, is offering me 2%. So I'm going to write that one down because I like 2% for Ford. I like Ford, I do. Okay, they've been around for over 100 years. They're not a dividend king. They're not a dividend aristocrat. They're not a dividend anything. They do pay dividends, but the profits, the dividends aren't consistently growing. And this is one of those few stocks that I will make an exception for. I make an exception for a few of them. Ford's one of them, and General Motors is another, because there's just so many. Because not just the dividends and not just the premiums make sense. They're over 100 years old. The book value and the revenue per share and all that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. Just those numbers work better than the other numbers. So anyway, yes, for Ford. Ford's going to be number 4 for the days. Number 3 and number 4. That's number 4, isn't it? Okay. 2%. Okay. I'm going to save that one. 8. And there we go. Back to where we are. Okay. Here we go. You ready? There it is. Oh, damn it. I didn't do that. Shit. One covered call, Ford, 21 August 26th, at this next Friday. The 14 call option. The stock's at $13.91 at the moment. It's close to 14. 28's the profit. $13.72 is the investment for a 2% return for 1 week. If you like Ford, that's it. If you, oops. $2%. Big F for Ford. Okay. I didn't get the snippet, so I have to get the snippet. Okay, hold on. Let's go back to this. Covered call. Oh, come on. Covered call. There it is. The 14. There it is. There we go. Right there. Didn't I already do this? I think I already did this. Didn't I do this already? Yeah, I did. Okay, never mind. Already done. Sorry. So sad. All right. That was number 3. All right, so we need 2 more. All right, 2 more. Let's do this. Steve Miller Band did that. Go on, take the money and run. All right, we did that. Did that. Okay, so we're all caught up. What are we doing over here? We did that. NBiz, we did that one. YF, that one didn't work out very well. How do I choose the price? We did that one. All right, Robert Lopez. D. Lee, B. Lee, I don't know. PA, Plains All American, Cotton Express. Let's check that one out. Cotton Express, PAA, Plains All American. PAA. Whoops. Ooh, check that one out. That's a nice pick. Look at that right there. Okay, the high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look, it's down, up, down, up, down, up. Nice. 23.45 to 23.50 is going for, that's only 1%, dude. Yeah. That's just a little over 1%. Where are you coming up with 1.6? August 24. Oh, the 24 strike. I'm not quite sure how you're getting 2.6% on the 24 strike. Because the stock's at 23.45. The 23.45, the 23.50 is the closest one. It's paying 25 cents per share. That's just a little bit over 1%. The 24 strike is going for 5 cents. Well, if you divide 5 cents by 24, that's not 2.6%. I'm kind of curious where you're getting the 2.6%. I would do the 24.50. All right, 24.16. The 20. Okay, so he's at 24 now. And okay, Cotton Express. I'm not seeing where it is. Let's do this. All right, August 21, right there. The 24s. Covered call. The 24s. There it is right there. Okay. Let's get the calculator out. He has $67 as the profit. Divided by the investment, 2,333 gives me a total of 2.8%. Holy shit, he's right. Nice going, Cotton Express. All right, so let's bring this one over to there, right there. Snippet. Oh, whoa. Yeah, all right, I'll leave that there. A new snippet. There we go. Right there. There we go. All right, so Plains All American. Number 4. Here we go. Save this one. 8/13/2026. There we go. Get rid of that. Put that up to there. All right, well, we already know the rate of return on this one, 2.8. Here we go. One covered call, Plains All American, PAA, 21 August, that's next week. The $24 call option, 67 is the profit, 2,300 is the investment for 2.8%. Thanks, Cotton Express. That was a good one. That's a good one. That's the life. That's what people say. All right, here we go. Let's do this. All right, there it is. is. All right, there we go. PAA, Plains All-American. One covered call, Plains All-American, PAA. 21 August 26th. That's next Friday. Not this Friday, next Friday. The 24 call option. Oh, check that out. We're at 24.16 at the moment. Okay, that's probably after hours. After hours. Okay, 67 is the profit. 2,300 is the investment for 2.8%. If you like Plains All-American, 2.8%. That's number 4. We need one more. One more. What? Holy cow, we're at 9 o'clock. That's it? We're only at 9 o'clock and we already got 4 of them? Let's answer some questions. Questions. What do you got? What do you got? All right, Plains All-American. Hell yeah. What ticker option chain we looking at? Indeed, we just looked at Plains All-American, PAA. What do we have next? Chuck Jensen. Hey, hell yeah. What ticker we got that one? Dad's dude got it. So Chuck Jensen wants to take a look at Chevron, CVX. Uh-oh. What the hell happened here? All right, CVX. CVX is Chevron. All right, well, let's zoom in and see what it looks like. You ready, Chuck? Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up, down, up. We're at 197.70. The 197.50s are going for 220. What is that? 1.25%, something like that. Last 30 days. Okay. But here's the thing. Here's your last 30 days. Let's go over this side so you can see better. All right. 30 days ago was the bottom, 178. Shot up, pulled back. Shot up, pulled back. Shot up. Looks like she's going to pull back again. Okay, she's in what looks like a trading range between 186 and 197. Hits it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 times. Does not want to go over 198. So, although it looks good with the retracement, you're looking to find a new high. And that just, sometimes it could work and sometimes it just doesn't. Sorry. Okay, so, play user 329160, CMG, that's Chipotle. CMG. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, well, let's take another look at it. You ready? Chipotle. Here's the top, 44. Here's the bottom, 28. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Up, down. Up, down. Up, down. Up, down. What's going on right there? 32.61. 32.50 is paying 68. That's over 2%. Let's zoom in a little tighter. Now, I am going to let you know, Chipotle very, 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 very rarely makes my list. And the reason why it very rarely makes my list is because they don't have dividends. Okay. Think about it. It could be a good time to jump in because of this right here. Let's zoom in, take a look at the last 30 days. Last 30 days. That's really easy to see. I mean, look how easy it looks. Okay, we're here at 36, drop down to 31, shoot up to 39, drop back down to 31. Now we're going back up. We have our 2 days right there. 30-day bottom, 1 day, 2 days. It is going up higher highs, higher lows. You cannot. I love the double negatives. Are you ready? You cannot not see it. See that? You cannot not see it. It's right there. Look. 30-day high, 30-day bottom. Now she's going back up. 32.61, The 3250s are paying 68. That's over 2%. So let's do this. Number 5 for the evening, Chipotle. But remember, Chipotle's not on my list. This is just something someone else recommended. Because Chipotle doesn't have dividends. So very rarely will I do it. I did it one time because it was offering me like 6% for 4 or 5 days. So I said, oh yeah, I'll do 6% because the chart looked good too. Well, the chart looks good here too. 30-day high, 30-day bottom. Now she's going to shoot up. Well, yeah, why not? Alrighty then. 3250. Let's do this. Let's do this. Covered stock right there. 3250. There it is. One confirmation. There we go. Let's pull this down to there. Get our picture taking. Smile for the camera. Say cheese. There you go. And there you go. All right. We're going to save this one. Number 5 for the evening. 8/13/2026. Number 5. There we go. Double jolly good. All right. Let's try this one more time. 8/13. 1, 2, 3. Shit, we need one more. Damn it. We do. We need one more. That's number 4. All right. Put it right there. Bring up my calculator. Okay, so if the profit, max profit, 59, cost of the trade, including commissions, 31.91. So 59 is the profit. We're going to divide it by 31.91. Give me a grand total of 1.8. 1.8% for 1 week. If you like Chipotle. Remember, never buy a stock unless you're okay with owning it, no matter what happens. Chipotle, okay, let's check it out. 1.8%. Here we go. Let's clean this up. We get one more. One more time. If we try. One more time. See? What is this? Chipotle? CMG. CMG. Chipotle. There it is. Chipotle. One covered call. Chipotle. CMG. 21 August 26th. That means the option is going to expire next Friday. Well, how much time do we have to play with? Oh, 1 week. 32.50 call option. We're at 32.74. So again, I'm going to buy something, sell it for less than I paid for it, and still walk away with a profit. It's one of my favorite things to do. Buy a stock, sell it for less than I paid for it, and still walk away with a profit. That's nuts. Nuts. Nuts, I tell you. Nuts. All right. 59 is the profit. 31.91 is the investment. This one, again, was 1.8%. 1.8. We got one more to go. One more. Come on down. You're the next contestant on the Let's Make You Squeal. All right, let's go. What do we got? What do we got? Chipotle. Good pick. Who came up with that one? Yeah. One of those users that has no name. Alrighty then. Next. Dad's Dude, Chevron. We already looked at Chevron. Thank you. We did Chevron. Okay, analyzing fan club. Truly. Thank you, Truly. That was nice of you. D-Time. Thank you, thank you. Movement and repose. It's 2.8% today. It will be less on Monday. Yeah, correct. Because as the days pass. Okay, movement and repose. Remember this. As the days go by, the value of the option itself, not the stock, but the option itself, decreases every single day. And that is called the theta decay. One of the Greeks, theta decay. All right? Is it always the closest strike to the price? Absolutely. Amen. How is buying a covered call? I thought you sell if you have the underlying shares. Please explain. Amen. A covered call, okay? You buy the stock first, then you sell the call stock option at the price, at a certain price by a certain date. So yeah, you got to buy the stock first, then you sell the covered call. So when it says buying a covered call, you're buying and selling at the same time. Eagle, Kohl's looks to be a 30-day high. Is that a problem for you? Eagle, let's check it out again because you missed something. Okay? Kohl's, you're correct. It is close to a 30-day high, not quite. 30-day high is here, and we're here. Okay? So there is enough room for it to keep going. But the high of the year is there. Bottom of the year is there. Up, down, up, down. Now she's going back up again. It's exactly what stocks do. They go up until they're done. Then there's some profit taken to pull back. Let's go a little closer. So I'll see if I can point it out to you. Okay. Now, this is just the last, what do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Last 4 months. All right? The high is there. The bottom is there. That's as far back as we're going, and this is where we are now. All right, so she went up, came back down. She went up, came back down. She went up, she came back down. Now she's going back up again. Okay, but it's not the high of the 30-day period. Okay? Because we're at 1962, and the high is at 2050. So 1% of 1962 is only 20 cents. That's 1%. Okay? So 1962 and 20 cents would be 1982, and that's still right about there. So it doesn't have to go very far for me to get the 1% that I'm looking for. That makes sense? Eagle 18. You got it? All right. Let's keep on keeping on. Enza. Good evening. How you doing, Enza? Uh-oh. We got a difference of opinion. Someone saying Bob Seger sang that song, and someone saying Steve Miller sang it. Go on, take the money and run. Go on, take the money and run. I thought it was like Jackson Brown. Jackson Brown. Anyway, somebody got to know what that is. User 329160. You got a couple of them coming out, dude, but you got to share your name one of these days. All right. Kimberly Clark. KMB. There we go. Kimberly Clark. Ooh, nice. Okay. Now, I automatically see the 5 things I'm looking for. The high, the low, where was it, where is it, where's the money flowing. That's the easy part. After those 2 or 3 seconds, I see that. I go right to here, what's happening right here, right now. We're at 110.70. The 110s are going for 140. The 111s are going for 90 to 160. Yeah, that number's not going to work for us because it's at 111.37. And the 111s are going for 90 cents. You take that 37 off of there, now you're below 45 cents. Yeah, no, thank you. The number just didn't work. Not that I don't like the company. I like the company. It's just the compensation that I'm receiving is not enough. Steve Miller. Okay. A trader wants to take a look at Bank of America. We need one more. We got 4. We need one more. Hell no. Wasn't that quick? Hell no. Bum, 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 bum. All right. T Castle. QMCO. What the hell? Steve Miller. Take the money and run. Okay. That's what I thought. Steve Miller. QMCO. QMCO. What the hell is that? Quantum Corporation Equity. No. Who came up with that one? Sorry, T Castle. I don't do monthlies. It's August, September, December, March. And it's at the high of the year. No. Sorry. User 329160. Another good one. Intel. I like that one. INTC. You must have been following me for a while because you know all my good stuff. Look at that right there. Top, bottom, is up, down, up. Okay, makes sense. The 104.50, the 105 is going for $4. Hell yeah! $4 for the 105s. Well, let's take a closer look. All right. Well, this one looks almost just like that other one. We're here, and the high is right there. So it's not very much room, but look at this. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Follow the bouncing ball. You ready? Down, up. Down, up. Down, up. Okay, it's definitely going up. The top is right there, and we're right here. So we have all that room right there to go $1.05. Because $1.05 is 1% of that. The market maker's offering $4, which is not quite 4%, but pretty close to it. So let's take a look at Intel at that current price. Because I say, oh yeah, because I like Intel. All right, what are we doing? Okay, covered call. There it is, the 105s. Confirm and submit. There it is. Now we want a snippet. A snippet for you, a snippet for me. There we go, right there, all the way over to there. We're going to save this one. This is number 5 for the evening. Here we go. 8/13/2026, number 5. All right, there we go. Let's check out the calculator. All right, you ready? Intel. One covered call, Intel, INTC. 21 August 26. That's next Friday. The 105 call option. We're sitting at 104.58. So you get the 104 or the 105s. All right, so the 105s is 452 profit, 10,000 investment. So it could be close to 4. Oh, let's find out. Let's find out. 452 divided by the investment, 10,048. 10,048. 4.5 for 1 week. If and only if you actually like Intel, and you like Intel where it is right now, and you're okay with owning Intel until it hits the target that you decide. Me, I'm going to sell it for the 105. I'm buying it. The number is 104.56. So tomorrow morning, I would buy it, whatever it is, 104.56, the closest strike price, the 105s. Fine, I'm picking up 452. Going to put that in for 4.5%. Yeah, why not? Why not? 4.5% for 1 week. All right, there. Bring it on down. Last one, number 5. Here we go. Let's get rid of this one. Go away, kid. You bother me. All right, there we go. All right, let's do this. INTC. Intel. INTC. Whoa. Ho. Right there. We go. 1 covered call. Intel. INTC. Oh, got to prove that I'm human over here. Got to prove that I'm human. Oh, shit. Hit the wrong button. There we go. 21 August 26. That's next Friday. The 105 call option. Look at this. We're at 104.61. It's got to go up, what, 39 cents? The 452 is the profit. 10,000 is the investment for 4.5. That's it. Number 5. 4.5. There's our 5. Yay! 5, 5, 5. All right, so let's sit down, take some questions. We're going to open up the phone line in about 10 minutes. All right, so sit tight, sit tight. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? All right, that was Intel. Ooh, 62 more questions. Holy cow. Okay. Wes, Maxo, what's going on? Wes wants to take a look at BKNG. Was that Burger King? BKNG? BKNG. Booking Holdings. Interesting. No. Now, Wes, it looks good, but your bottom's at 150. Now we're at 215. That's a $63 increase. $63 on a 150 stock is probably right around 42, 43%, somewhere in that area. But that's a big jump. From here to there, that's 40% or more. Yeah, no. Sorry. Nick, thank you. James, how are you today? Mike, what's going on? Mike, Wes, John, good evening, good evening. Rich, Santos, Wes, Skull Trader. Pingodio. Okay, Grady, what's going on, Grady? UB, Scott, Drew Patty. Okay, Drew Patty, Cool Breeze, nice to see you. All right, so let's keep on keeping on. Let's keep on keeping on. Daily Builds Los Angeles. Okay, Daily. Enza, how you doing? Cam, thank you. Brian, interesting. Okay, hello. Uh-oh. AB Joker 14 wants to take a look at now. NOW. Interesting. Only one minor problem with this AB Joker. Look at this. That big jump right there. Goes like from 90 to 130. That's a $40 increase. Let's zoom in. Okay. From here, $90 all the way up to $130. 90 to 130 is $40. That's just shy of 50%. I'm not jumping into a 50% jump. Hell no, I'm not jumping into that. No thanks. Covered call, Bank of America, please explain it. Okay. BAC. Hell no. That's my explanation right there. Hell no. Okay? Now, I'm not quite sure what you don't understand about hell no. I don't buy anything at the high of the year. The low of the year is 46. She jumps up to 64, almost 65. Yeah. That's my explanation. No. Why would I want to buy at the high? No. I don't buy at the high. It just doesn't make sense. Sorry. Okay, next. All right, Andy Barr. Please explain how this whole thing works. What if stock goes down after you buy? Please explain. I'm trying to figure this one out. Pump. How much percent of your portfolio should be active trading? Now, Pump 4401, I can't tell you what to do. Seriously, I can't tell you what to do. But 90% of my money is invested at all times. And the only reason I have 10% sitting around is I don't have something that I want to buy at the moment, and I have to take into account for margin. Okay? And I have no other need for money. So why would I keep money laying around? That, to me, doesn't make any sense. I don't know if that's a satisfied answer or not, but, it is what it is. So, Andy, please explain how this works. See if I get this. All right. You know what, Andy? The phone call is coming any minute. You should probably just call me and we can just talk this whole thing through. Let's pull up an interesting one. Macy's. No. General Motors. No. Target. No. Microsoft. No. AT&T. Okay, we'll use AT&T. All right, Andy, are you ready? We're going to look at AT&T. Andy, what's going to happen here is Andy wants me to explain how it works. All right, so Andy, today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. Okay? So tomorrow morning, I'm going to, just to give you an example, I'm going to buy 100 shares of AT&T at the current price, $24.60. Okay, that's the easy part. I'm buying AT&T, current price, 100 shares at $24.60. Okay, so if I buy 100 shares at $24.60, that's going to be right around $2,460, right around $2,500. Okay, I have to buy that first. After I own it, I now own 100 shares at $24.60. I'm going to immediately turn around and sell those 100 shares for $24.50. That's less than I paid for it. But I'm going to sell it using a covered call. And that covered call is the $24.50 call option. Okay, right there. And it's offered at 37 cents a share. Okay, but 37 cents a share, but I'm losing 10 cents right here. So now I have to take 10 cents off of this 37, and I'm only walking away with $0.27. Okay, I was going to get 37, but I'm losing 10 cents right here. So I'm only walking away with 27 cents. And I'm still selling it for $24.50. Okay? So, what would my rate of return be? If my profit is 27, let's bring up the calculator. Okay? If my profit is 27 cents, okay, so let's stick it in there. Okay, so if my profit's 27 cents, put the 27 in here, 27, and I'm selling it for $24.50, okay, so divide $24.50 gives me a rate of return of 1.1% for 1 week, which is exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm buying the stock first, selling somebody the right to buy it from me at basically the exact same price I paid for it. Whatever the profit's left over, that's my profit for the week. And I take that profit that I made for the week and I divide it by what I had to put up. Okay? And it gives me my rate of return. That's how it works. If the stock is above $24.50 by the end of the week, somebody will take those stocks away from me, giving me all my money back, and I still get to keep the 1.1% profit from the stock option premium. Damn it, I forgot to record the conversation. Shit. Anyway, so hopefully that made sense. Okay? Joseph, nice to see you. Thank you, Joseph. Natty G, what's going on? All right. Not everyone knows that. You're absolutely right. Not everyone knows that. That's why I'm doing this every single night. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every night. Titum, what's happening? Post 40, PGY. What the hell am I thinking? Well, let's take a look at it. PGY. PGY. Hell no. Come on. Pagaya Technologies. Well, a couple of things. Number one, no. I don't do monthly options. August, September, November, January. Those are months of the year, which means I can only trade them once a month. That's why they're called monthly. Once a month. Monthly. Okay, I like weekly because I can trade it once a week. And there's more weeks than there are months. So, yeah, more work, more money. That's all. That's the way it goes. More work, more money. It takes me 10 to 15 minutes a day. Okay, 10 to 15 minutes a day to make 1%. Why not? Think about it. Why not? All right. Yeah, post 40. Yeah, I can say the same thing. What the hell were you thinking when you bought that? All right, movement and repose. PAA was number 4. Yes, I know that. I just wasn't going to go back and do it all over again. Lauren, nice to see you. TK Rome. Why, if ask is 68 and the max profit is 59 CMG? It's a good question. Let's pull it up. Let's take a look. CMG. Okay. So, Jackson Brown. It's not Jackson Brown and Steve Miller. All right, thank you. All right, movement and repose. All right, what are we looking at? We're looking at CMG 68. CMG 3250. Oh, okay. Are you ready? Okay, movement and repose. You ready? Watch this. The stock price is 32.61. The current price, this is what you got to keep your eye open for. The current price is 32.74. Because this is the last traded price. And this number correlates with all these numbers. But these numbers right here are post-market numbers. It means the market's already closed, but they're still trading, and those are those numbers there. So when you buy it at this price, 32.74, you saw the 32.50s, you're picking up to 68. Well, yeah, then the numbers get all kind of wonky. Okay? Profit is 59. No, the profit's not 59. Okay? Because at 74, you have to take 24 cents off of this. Now you're looking at 44 cents. So you take 44 and you divide it by the 32.50. The numbers they're always changing. They're changing all the time. So every time you look at it, every time you do an equation, it's going to give you one number. And then you wait 5 or 10 minutes, the numbers are going to change again because the stocks go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down all day long. And as the stocks are going up and down, the numbers here, the bid and the ask, are changing. So if the bid and the ask on the stock is changing, guess what? The bid and the ask on the options are also changing. So as this is changing and this is changing, and then you're doing the math, well, is it 1% or is it not? Okay. At some point, you'll get to, hopefully, that anything over 1% is a yes, and then you don't push it. Because if you push it, there's always a chance, more risk, more reward, but also a possibility of not getting filled and not getting what you want. It's always going to be a personal decision, whatever it is you choose to do. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. BMG, Oracle, ORCL. Now, I'm hoping Oracle has a pullback. I am. Damn it. It just keeps going up. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Because I was hoping that they would come back down again. But look at this. It's showing it's going up. 156.22 was the last traded price. Okay? But look what's happening after hours. 155.80, 155.91. So the market maker is pushing it down after hours. So hopefully she'll gap down tomorrow and I'll get a better exit from the option that I'm in. Because, that one is a little fickle for me. So, Anyway, this is going to be a no only because as it looks like it's jumping, it's at the 30-day high now. Okay, 30-day high, 156.22. That was today. Now it's at 155.91 after hours. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow morning? All right. Let's take the phone calls. Okay, phone call. Set. Oops. Let's do this. 727 543 9148. Is that right? 9148? 9148, yeah. 919. No, 9418. Uh-oh. Haha. 9418. Is that right? Yep, 9418. All right, phone line's open. Who's next? Come on down. Here we go. Haywood, California. Come on down. What do you got? Hello.
Hello.
How are you? I am awesome. Who am I speaking with?
You're speaking to Robert.
Robert, how you doing today?
Oh, it's a beautiful day.
It was a little hot for me, so I basically stayed in all day. I went swimming twice today. Jumped in the pool because I could.
Oh, that sounds perfect.
It does. What do you got for me, Robert?
So, I have two questions.
7 and 12.
The first one has to do with something you said yesterday.
Uh-oh.
And it has to do with taxes.
Uh-oh.
So, I can see, and my question is, I can see how you could not pay income tax in the correct state, and I can see how you cannot pay corporate tax in the correct state, and I can see how you could not pay federal income tax from a corporation if your income is low enough.
Okay.
But I still don't see how you could have a corporation that doesn't pay federal corporation tax.
I did not say it doesn't. Well, because wait a minute, it depends on which state you're in. Because some states there are no federal corporate taxes.
What can you give me an example?
Delaware, Montana, Wyoming. Wait, is it Montana one? I don't know. Because I have mine's in Delaware, so I don't pay corporate taxes.
Federal corporate taxes, not state corporate taxes.
No, I pay state corporate taxes. I don't pay federal corporate taxes.
Interesting. Okay, I have to look that up. Because I was trying to look it up, and I didn't see that. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then my other question is kind of a silly one.
Uh-oh.
I was watching you do, your hand numbers, where you're showing your finger numbers.
Yeah.
That looks a lot like when I saw this video about pit traders and how they had this whole number system with their fingers. Is that what you did in a previous life or something?
No, I was a manufacturer. I actually hired. I had employees. I had 26 employees at my peak, and for 13 years, I manufactured artificial coral reefs.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yep, I have one aquarium left that I've had for over 30 years, and it's in my dining room.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, if you see some of my older videos, you'll see me sitting in front of the aquarium.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and then I had another question that came back to me. So I know that you developed this system for your daughter, correct?
Correct.
But prior to you were doing this before she was born, right?
No, when she was 9.
So, well, my question is, how did you learn these? Where and how did you learn these skills prior to developing all this?
Yeah, well, it's been a long journey since, since 1982 when I graduated high school. My father called me up one night and he says, "Hey, there's this guy on TV. He's on some interesting stuff. You should listen." You ever see one of those late night infomercials from the 80s?
I'm not sure that I have.
All right. Anyway, there's this guy who's talking about how you can buy real estate no money down. This was back in the 80s. And then there was another couple that was in there saying how you can buy GSA, government surplus auctions. I was like, oh, cow, this is cool. So it opened up a window to information that previously I didn't have access to. I had no idea you could buy a house with no money down. You can buy a house with no money at all. I didn't know. So I bought that course. And then I bought another course. And then I bought another course. And then I just kept consuming information. And then I bought this one book by Wade Cook called The Wall Street Money Machine. And I read it and I said, this can't be true. So I looked and I said, it is true. Holy shit. So as I'm reading the book, I'm looking at all the different strategies. Wade Cook was a cab driver. So he figured, I have no idea where he learned it from, but he was talking about the covered calls, cash secured puts, debit spreads, credit spreads, and poor man's covered calls, stuff like that. Really simple stuff. And I said, wow, that's easy. So the more you get into it, the more questions you ask, the more your eyes get open. And then at some point you realize that you've been lied to for your whole life. And it's like, that's not a good feeling. So the more I dove into it, the more I looked, I spent thousands upon thousands of dollars going to all these classes, all these seminars, and all these courses. And then finally one day my daughter said to me, says, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? So I had this struggle trying to figure, because all this stuff I learned is extremely complicated and I know a lot of shit. But how do you express that to a 9-year-old? And then how do you keep her attention?
Right.
Okay, so it had to be simple. It had to be safe, because if she starts losing money, she's going to mama, and guess what? Daddy's sleeping on the couch. I spent many nights on the couch. I did. But not the point. The point is, to teach a 9-year-old, it had to be simple. All right, great. Let's get just the cream of the crop, the absolute best companies out there. And those, the dividend kings. Companies that have consistently increased their profits for 5 decades. That's 50 years or more. All right, well, who's just under them? The dividend aristocrats. Companies that have been consistently profitable for 25 years. Means every single year their profits increase. Every single year. Okay, then you have the dividend contenders. They've increased their profits from 10 years to 24 years. So if you take just the cream of the crop, the top 350 companies, all right, and then you take a look at what do they all have in common? Well, they've all increased their dividends for, 10 years or more, 10, 20 years or more. Well, great. Well, what's the common denominator? The dividend. So the dividend, if you take a look at it, let me pull up a chart and it might be better to show you that way.
All right.
Okay. Now, we're looking at CRM. I have no idea who they are, but not the point. The point is, you see the dividend? Just before the dividend, stock goes up. 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 So if the stock goes up just before the dividend, that's an important piece of information, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I asked the question to over a couple thousand people, and 95% of them all say the exact same thing. If you knew when a stock was going to move, what would you do? And 95% of them all say, I'd buy the stock. Why? There are other trading strategies that are more profitable with a very minor movement in the stock. All right, great. So let's get back to the 9-year-old. How do I make it simple for her? Okay, so we know when the stock's going to move. Let's go over to here. Let's look at, all right, there you go. See the green dots? Let's get rid of this stuff. Whoa, no. All right. All these little tiny green dots. All these little tiny green dots represents companies that have consistently increased their profits for 25 years. So just knowing the calendar exists, I can get into Target. Oh, Target was yesterday. All right, so much for that. Let's look at next here. Walmart is next Friday. Sherwin-Williams next Friday. Consolidated Edison, Aflac next week. Archer Daniel Midland next week. So we know when the stock is going to pay their dividend, and we know the stock is going to move up just before the dividend. Well, great. Well, what is one of the safest trades possible? Well, that would be just buying the stock. But then you have to wait and wait and wait and wait for the stock to make the move. Well, I don't want to wait. I want to jump in first thing Monday, 2 weeks before the dividend. 2 weeks before the dividend on a Monday. I want to buy it at whatever price it's at, as long as the chart is telling me it's the right time. Okay? The chart's telling me down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So it's going up right now. Great. The chart is telling me it's going up. The calendar is telling me it's the right time to buy. Well, now what is the safest strategy? Okay, we already talked about buying the stock, but you got a problem. You have to wait. But a covered call, I can buy the stock, sell the covered call all within 5 seconds. Buy the stock, 2 seconds later, I can sell the covered call. So if I buy it at 201, which is the price right now, I can sell it at 201. So people say, well, you're buying it at 201 and you're selling it at 201, where's your profit? My profit is the premium. So let's go back to the trade right there. Okay, the stock's at 201. The 200 call option is selling for $5.95. That's more than 1%. Okay, that's 2.5%. Okay, $5.95 on a $200 stock is not quite 3%, but it is over 2%. All right, so if I buy the stock on Monday, I sell the covered call on Monday. Come Friday, the option is going to expire because it's only for 5 days. So what are the odds that the stock's going to go up? Well, the odds are in favor because the dividend's coming. The dividend has a tendency to make the stock go up. Well, great, we know that. The covered call, simple trade. Buy the stock, sell the option. What's the premium going to be? The premium's more than 2.5%. Well, great, that works for me. 2.5% every week. Whoa, that's nice. So I had to create a strategy specifically for her. Never buy anything not on the list. And I created the list for her. Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, and anything on Warren Buffett's list. That's about 350 different companies. You put that into the calendar, and the calendar sorts it out by the dividend date. And that's where the dividends come in. When the dividend's approaching, I want to see what the chart looks like. Is it a buy or is it a sell? No? Next. That's it. Next. That's it. That make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. So, are you using a C Corp in Delaware?
Of course I am.
Okay. And then another thing you talked about was a corporate pension plan?
Correct. Because corporate pension plans are immune to taxation and they're immune to, what do you call that? Money grubbing ex-wives. If you have it set up properly. But there are a lot of details that go along with all the setting up the corporation, setting up the pension fund, all that kind of stuff. You got to talk to a professional about that. But that's just the broad strokes. You want to get into the fine details, there's a lot more to it than that. But that's just the rough outline. That make sense?
Yeah, that does. It does. I appreciate that.
Well, that's what we're here for. We're here to teach everybody. Okay? We're here because the powers that be don't want us to be here teaching you stuff that they don't want you to know. You think
Right.
that the federal government wants you to know that you can make 20 to 50% per year? They don't want you to know that.
Thank you very, very much.
All right. You have yourself a great day. Was there anything else I can help you out with?
Not that I can think of at the moment, but if I have any more questions, can I call you back later?
Anytime the phone number's on the board, yeah.
All right, sounds good.
All right. You have yourself a great day.
All right, thank you. Have a wonderful day as well.
Bye. All right. So, that being said, what else do we have? All right, AB Joker, we already looked at service now. Brian, CRM. What are we looking at on CRM? And why are we looking at CRM? All right, Brian, I'm going to say no to CRM only because the bottom's here at 150. Now we're at 201, which is a $50 increase, which is 30% increase. Okay, so she goes from 150 to 201. That's $51. And $51 on a $150 stock, that's a 30% increase. Yeah, I'm not going to play with that one. What else do we got? We already looked at ServiceNow. We already did Ford. AB Joker now was at 200 before the tech sell-off a month ago. NOW, ServiceNow. Now it's at 200 before the tech sell-off a month ago. No, it wasn't. Tech now wasn't at 200. Okay? Now it wasn't even at 200 this year. The high of the year is 190 and change. Okay? We're at 127 right now. ServiceNow. Yeah, NOW. Okay, so it hasn't hit 200 at all this year. Miguel wants to take a look. Wing, WING. Hell no. Miguel, I don't do monthly options. August, September, November, December, January. I don't do monthlies because you can only trade them once a month. Jim, can we look at GE?
Unknown caller.
Brentwood, New York. Come on down. How you doing today, Brentwood, New York? Hello?
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 Yeah, hello?
Hello? What do you got? Who am I speaking with?
This is Gary.
Gary, how you doing today?
I am doing wonderful. How about yourself?
I am awesome just to be above ground. What can I help you out with, Gary?
Yes. First of all, I want to thank you for sharing your knowledge.
Thank you, Gary.
And I appreciate the idea behind it in regards to teaching the next generation how to own their life
Okay.
and be able to do what you do and continue the legacy.
Okay, thank you.
Well appreciated. I think I kind of understand maybe 80% of the strategy.
Okay.
I think somewhere I'm like, lost between picking up the strike in terms of, I kind of understand, within the money.
Okay.
But the relationship between the bid and the ask, that's where I'm kind of lost.
All right.
Kind of,
Okay, hold on. Let me quickly clear up the bid and the ask for you. Okay. What's the name of the corner store down the street from you?
Well, I have a 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven? Awesome. 7-Eleven, Quick Stop, Quickie Mart, Circle K, whatever. 7-Eleven. All right, great. If you go into 7-Eleven, you can buy a gallon of milk. Let's say it's $3.50, right?
Right.
What do you think the owner of the store paid for that gallon of milk? Maybe he paid $3.25, and he's selling it to you for $3.50. The difference between what the owner of that 7-Eleven paid for that gallon of milk and what you paid for it, that is called the spread, the bid and the ask. The guy who owns the store buys it from the farmer at the bid. Okay, he sells it to you at the ask. Bid, ask. That's called the margin. The spread between, the margin spread, between what you're buying it for and what you're selling it for. That spread goes to the market maker. That's the money that he makes to make you sure that we can buy and we can sell. That's his job. That make sense?
Yes, definitely. That makes sense.
Okay. Anything else?
And also, I wanted to talk to you about as far as starting with a small account and really to help grow the account in regards to doing the strategy.
Okay, so where's your money sitting right now?
Right now it's mostly in my 401k.
401k. Okay, so roughly. You don't have to tell me the exact number. Roughly, what do you got at the moment?
Almost said I have a six figure.
Almost with six figure?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, how old are you?
54.
54. So you want to retire 60, 62, 65, 70?
I want to beat you by 10 years.
You want to beat me by 10 years? I retired at 59. Okay, so look at it this way. When you get to six figures, that's 100 grand, right?
Right.
Okay, 1% of 100 grand is $1,000. So that would be $1,000 a week, or $52,000 by the end of the year. Now, what do you pay on a monthly basis for your outlay, all your bills? What roughly?
Well, for right now, I mean, with the price of everything, and it's kind of tough.
Yeah.
But we're looking at between 25 and 30 grand.
I'm talking a month. How much?
A month.
How much do you pay a month? Mortgage, electric, phone, water, cable, groceries, entertainment.
$2,500 to $3,000.
$3,000. So roughly 3,000, 15, 75. So you need about 75,000 just to meet your expenses, because 75,000 would give you 750 a week, which would be $3,000 a month.
Right.
Okay. So, does your wife work too?
No. Actually, I don't have that problem.
You don't have the problem of a wife working, or you don't have a problem of a wife?
I don't have a wife. I'm a single guy. I just want to travel. I want to do different.
Okay, so, all right, think of it this way. You want to travel? Now, do you own the home or do you rent it?
I own it, but I definitely, that's why I love that strategy. I could do it anytime, anywhere.
Uh-huh.
I would love to just pay off the home and then...
Whoa. Why do you want to pay off the home?
Well, I'm almost finished paying it off.
All right, yeah, but why?
Just to ease, have some cash.
Yeah, but, all right, number one, you never, ever own the home. If you pay off the mortgage, you still have to pay. You still have to pay taxes. You still have to pay insurance. You still have to pay maintenance. So you're never, ever going to have it paid off. Never. So it's like having, all right, here's an idea. Tomorrow, why don't you take your bank statements, okay, go to Dunkin' Donuts and say, hey, I have $800,000 equity in my house. Let me get some coffee and donuts.
Right.
You see how stupid that sounds?
Yes, absolutely.
Wait a minute. Hold up. All that money you have tied up in your house is stuck until you take it out. And the only way you can take it out is to get a mortgage on it, which means now you're paying all over again, or you sell it. Okay, but either way, you cannot touch that money. And when you retire, that money is stuck there because they don't give mortgages to people that are retired. Secondly, 100% of the interest on a first primary home is tax write-off. Okay, so I tell people to mortgage it to the hilt and then take that cash and invest it safely. So if you're paying 5% on the money you borrowed against your house, you better be making more than 5% to pay off that note and to have money left over. You see what I'm saying? You keep the money from the house separate from the house. If something happens to you, that money goes to wherever that money's going to go to. You have kids?
No.
You're single?
Yes, sir.
Fucking sell off everything. Buy a motorhome. Travel around the country. Buy a boat. Go down to TV.
That's the idea, because been owning a house for like since 2006, and I feel like I'm a victim of 2008. Now I just want to get a complete restart over.
Yeah, but think of it. Think of it this way. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just rattling off a few ideas. So your house is almost paid off. What is it worth right about now?
I'm close to six something, 600 something.
600.
Yes.
And it's almost paid off.
It's almost. I got less than 200.
Okay, so 600 you owe 2. That's 400 plus you got little less than 6 digits in your retirement account. Dude, you can fucking quit now and just, if you understood how it works. Because
that's what I love. I love the idea of not only, like I said.
Okay, so look at it this way. Here's something I'm just going to throw it at you. Tell me what you think. Let's say you liquidate everything. Tell your boss, I fucking quit. Liquidate everything. From what you just told me, you have over 400 in equity just sitting there, and then you have close to 80, I'm going to say 80,000 in your IRA. Well, great. That's almost 500 grand. Dude, that's $5,000 a week if you invest it properly. That's $20,000 a month. What the hell are you busting your ass working for? Yeah, but you got to master it first.
That's the idea, because I've done I'm in IT. The idea is not so much of a retirement. I just don't want to be stuck on one place anymore. You know?
No, that's why you buy a motorhome and you just travel from one city to the next city to the next. Go from one state park to the next state park to the next state park. There's a group of people called the Boondockers, and they had this little club online, because I was going to do that until I got that phone call. You're going to be a grandfather again. But I had a motorhome, and I was all ready to go. Boondockers, a bunch of people, they just live in their RVs, and they go to one place after another, and they just travel around the country. Or you can buy a boat. Go when it gets cold, go down the Caribbean. When it gets hot, go up to the Great Lakes.
Yes.
I mean, the amount of money you have available at your service, so to speak, you can do a whole shitload. But I wouldn't suggest doing anything until you get good at creating the cash flow. And then either sell the house or refinance it, put it up for, what do you call that? Give it to a property manager. Have them manage it for you.
Right. That's one of my things, looking at then rent it out. I mean, like I said, yeah, if I could pay it off, but if I could rent it out, as long as I'm getting more than the mortgage, let them manage it, and then me, I'll be doing other things.
Exactly. I mean, there's so much you could do, but it's up to you to figure it out. Now, the powers that be don't want you knowing this kind of information, because if you just quit your job and just made trades every year or every week, and you make your 1% every week, dude, that's more money than you know what to do with.
Right. No, I definitely want to learn more about it, and I definitely want to talk to you about, what's the next level I could take to get to that 100% understanding of it. Mm-hmm. And like I said, there's other things that I would love to do as far as,
the first thing you're going to want to do is paper trade. You know how to do that?
Yeah, well, I've done a little paper trade.
Well, go to, I tell people to use Thinkorswim because it's so easy. Everything is there. They will hook you up with a $100,000 account, paper trading. And what your job is doing is make sure what you're doing makes sense to you. Make sure the trades that you are making make sense to you. Don't buy crap. Stick to the cream of the crop. The best of the best that the United States economy has to offer you. Those are companies like the Dividend Kings, the Dividend Aristocrats, the Dividend Champions. Those companies that consistently increase their profits year after year after year.
Right. No, I certainly understand that. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I know about trading goes on and off of it, but I definitely love that strategy, and I think it would apply to me the next thing that I would love to do. I'm aware of Thinkorswim. That's what I use. I've been on and off Thinkorswim since it was with the Berry Trade.
Okay.
So now that I want to get to that option, the strategy.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely a little bit easier.
All right. Well, keep showing up. I'm here every night, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't do Friday nights. I don't do Saturday nights. It's 10 o'clock. I'm getting ready to leave. Oh, I got one more call. You have a great day, but...
All right, you do. I definitely need to talk to you. I set up to a call with you twice, but we keep missing each other. But
yep.
Definitely, if you can, just...
okay, let me take this call.
All right, then. Thank you.
You got it. Hello, and how are you today?
Hello. Hi, James.
How are you doing today?
Andy, I'm good.
All right, how can I help you out, Andy?
Thank you for explaining me, but I lost the last part, how if stock goes against or go lower, and then the other person will buy that stock, right, from me.
No, wait, not necessarily so. Okay, I ask myself 5 questions every day. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where is it right now? Where does it look like it's going? What should I do? So those 5 questions are very important. Well, what you bought, never going to change. What you sold is never going to change. Where is it at right now is going to change every day. Where does it look like it's going is going to change every day. And then question number 5, what do I do next? It's always going to be a mathematical equation. Am I at a profit? Am I at a loss? What are my steps to make sure that this outcome is going to be either positive or neutral? Now, I don't mind neutral. I don't like losing. I got 2 losses so far this year. That's it. And we're into August, and I only got 2 losses. I think that's pretty damn good.
I am a bit scared, but I wanted to learn from you. Mm-hmm. And I got everything ready, so I will be calling you on the number you gave me.
Okay.
But I think selling covered call, is it not a bearish strategy? It's not bullish, right? Because buying a call is bullish.
That's true. But what we're doing is we're doing a very, very safe strategy. We're buying a good quality company when it's the right time to buy it. We're selling somebody the right to buy it from us at the exact price I just paid for it. So the only thing I'm really collecting is the premium. And the premiums are usually more than like 2 to 4 or 5% every single week. As long as it's over 1%, I'm okay with that.
Yep. So it sounds easy, but
remember, it was
created. Have more confidence with your expertise.
Okay, well, just take your time. Yeah, just take your time. Don't be in a hurry. Stock market's been around for over 400 years. It's not going anywhere.
I wanted to. When the new class will start from your for people who wanted to learn.
Well, we'll be having a seminar. I don't know when the date for the seminar is, but ask me Monday or Sunday or Monday because today is my last day for this week. I don't do Friday nights. I don't do Saturday nights. So I'll be back on Sunday night. Ask me then. I will ask.
I will send you a message on WhatsApp on Monday.
I don't do WhatsApp. Okay, you're on YouTube. You're on YouTube right here. So give me a call here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be back on Sunday and Monday. You can call in again.
Okay.
All righty?
Okay. I got you. I sent some money. I hope it's not scam.
I don't take any money from anyone. So I'm not going to ask you for any money. I'm not going to ask you to invest anything. Okay? This is something that you need to do on your side. I'm just allowing you to look over my shoulder if that's what you want to do. So you're not actually paying me anything.
Yeah. Because I got some email from you on PayPal.
No, you didn't. Nope, I don't send out emails.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So
no, I got the email on your profile, I think. But anyway, I will figure out if I can recover that money again.
Okay.
I thought I'm sending it to you for something.
Nope. You're not sending it to me because I don't communicate that way. That's why I tell people if you want to have a conversation with me, pick up the phone.
Okay.
I don't send emails. I don't send WhatsApps. I don't do telegrams. I don't do any of that stuff. That's why I put my number up here because there's so many people that can scam you. Cause it sounds like me, but it's not. That's why I say you want to call, you want to have a conversation, pick up the phone.
Okay.
All righty?
So this is his number.
All right.
For you here when we are talking. Okay, thank you, gents.
You got
I
it.
really appreciate it.
Have a great night.
Thank you.
All right, so that being said, we're past 10 o'clock. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to do this all over again come Sunday night. Okay, I don't do Friday nights. I don't do Saturday nights. So Sunday night we'll be back again. We got a couple more questions here. Steve Miller Band did that. Go on, take the money and run. My problem is stop loss. Arnold, I don't use stop losses. Because I don't. Okay, Arnold, rule number 1 is never buy anything you do not want to hold on to long term. So if I buy General Electric at 360 and it drops all the way down here to 270, I'm not going to sell it because the reason I buy it is to collect the dividends and to have it increase. General Electric has been around for over 100 years, so why not? But what I'll never do, if it goes 360 and drops down here, I'm not selling at a loss. No, I refuse to sell at a loss. But you have to choose what's right for you. You're having an issue with stop losses. I can't help you out with that. I don't use them. Greg, if the stock closes under your covered call, you need to keep the stock. Do you repeat it next week? Absolutely. Because if you own the stock, you can write a covered call every single week until somebody takes the stock away from you. And they're taking it away from me for more than I paid for it, so I really don't mind. Stock's going to go up, it's going to come back down again. It's going to go up, it's going to come back. Look at General Electric, okay? Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, so on and so forth. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's all they do. They go up, they go down. If you like a company, put it on your list. And only trade stocks that are on your list. That was for my 9-year-old. Okay? Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, anything on Warren Buffett's list. Those are the only stocks my daughter even looked at. She didn't know these other companies even existed because they're not on her list. They're not profitable? No, thank you. No dividends? No, thank you. No weekly options? No, thank you. There's over 11,529 different companies available to choose from. Learn to say no. Learn to say next. Just pick out the ones that you like and then only buy them when the timing is right. Up, down, buy. Up, down, buy. Up, down, buy. It's not that difficult. Okay? Adults want to make it more complicated than it needs to be. Okay, that's why I created it for a 9-year-old. We got a couple more questions. What are they? Bobby, nice to see you. Wake Surf Mom. iPanda, hello. Robles, thank you for that. General Warfare. Okay. Is your daughter financially free now? No, my daughter's a girl. Okay, when she turned 13, I was the devil. Now, from when she was 9 until she was 12, just turning 13, yeah, she was like my second shadow, okay? So, yeah, we did everything together. We traded, we went out, I made her, yes, believe it or not, I made her dresses. Yes, I have my own sewing machine. Isn't that weird? Not the point. The point is that when she turned 13, you may not know this, but when girls turn 13, something happens in their bodies and they want nothing to do with their dad until they're in their 20s. So my daughter's in her 20s now, late 20s. So now she stopped talking to me. Now she wants to get back into trading again. But when she was 13, no. 14, hell no. 15, she barely even recognized me. So it is what it is. FH, they found someone dead at Sherwin. The stick will rise. Okay. Thank you for that. Merv Man, thank you. Melissa, very nice of you, Melissa. Felix, what was the name of the book? Which book? The one I was talking about by Wade Cook. That was Wall Street Money Machine. It works until it doesn't. Okay, thank you. Darren, Walmart. We'll take a look at next week. Kevin, Hogg, Holly Davidson, next week. Austin, what's going on, Austin? I think we're almost done. I hate technical analysis. Thank you, iPanda. Guys, okay, that's not what the bid-ask spread is. Okay, the bid-ask spread you mean I've been trading for 30 years and I'm wrong? The bid-ask. What I can sell my shares for, what I can buy new shares for. The difference between the bid and the ask is called the spread, and that goes to the market maker. Am I wrong? Someone tell me if I'm wrong. But I've been trading for 30 years. The difference between the bid and the ask is called the spread. And that price, the difference between the two, goes to the market maker. Steve, I did this, sold my house, car, just about everything I own and travel the world. I'm in China right now. Cool beans, Steve. Nice for you. Whoa. I know someone did the same thing. He's on the road 100% of the time. Cool beans. I like that idea. Can you show us how to roll over a call and not sell at a loss? Farmer Dan will have to do that next time, not today. Kai, what's the list today? Okay, I think we're all done. What do I think about SoFi long term? I don't. SoFi is just not on my list because they're not consistently profitable. They don't have dividends, one or the other. But if you like SoFi, hey, you do what you think is right for you. I don't tell people what to buy and sell. But here's the high here at 32, dropped down to 16, which is more than a 50% decrease. No, that is a 50% decrease. Yeah. Now we're at 18. So we're at 32, 50% decrease. This is where we are now. 1843. The 1850s are going for 47. Not quite 3%, but it's definitely over 2. Okay? That being said, you guys all have a great day, and we'll do this all over again next week. Yay! Now we need some music. Music to soothe the savage beast.
You dream in stars and dive into the deep, fixing the world while the rest of us sleep. Your heart
you guys have a great night. Bye, everyone.
No matter the strain, building your legacy through love and brain. Julie knows that fire in your soul, the kind that lifts the broken whole. James, you reach the skies no one dares. In your hands the future's caught unawares. That's to know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh as the yacht keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not some disguise. With James in the storm, the dream never dies. Retired, you say, with a wink and a grin. But the podcast is rolling, pulling us in. Your compass is love, with your kids as your guide. Shining seas wide, with vision and pride. Julie's here, who adores your
James in the
star.
storm. SoFi sucks.
Lights up the dark. James, you reach the skies, no one dares. In your hands the future's caught unawares. Let's know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh as the yacht keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not some disguise. With James in the storm, the dream never
Hey, it's Papa G. Another day, another dollar. Let's take a look. It's the 13th of August, 2026. Look what we found tonight. 2.8% CLS. 3.1% Kohl's KSS. 2% Ford F. F for Ford. PAA Plains All American 2.8%. And coming in number 5, CMG Chipotle 1.8%. Oh, one more. Sorry. Intel 4.5%. INTC. My name is Papa G. I'm here every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What I'm looking for is a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Yeah, I know 1% a week is over 50% a year. I've heard it a lot. I have. And nobody gets 50% a year. That's what I'm told. So I might be wrong. You never know. But I'm live. Come check me out every night. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I like to see you on one of my lives and ask whatever questions you may have. 1% a week's not that bad if you think about it. Shit, where did it get saved? Oh, right there.